How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a good day. And today I'm going to bring you a review on the game UFC 2009 Undisputed for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. First, let me say I have played the game on both systems. I personally do not have a 360. I only have a PS3. I hate the 360. But I have played it at a friend's house on the 360 before. So, that being said, I have seen it on both sides. So, this again, this will mainly just be, a review of the game itself, not, which one's better on which system. I just wanted to point out that it's pretty much the same on both systems. There's no major graphic differences. There's no major control differences. It's pretty much all the same. So I just wanted to, clarify that for anybody who was wondering and didn't know. The first thing I noticed when I played the game was that I was extremely impressed with the graphics. Because I play on a big TV, a 42-inch TV, but it's not HD. And the graphics to me looked wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Don't see really any flaws at all in the graphics. The graphics are just great. And in my living room, I have an HD TV, and I have played it out there before. Even better. Great graphics. I wouldn't say they're on Metal Gear Solid's level, but they're close. I think the graphics are extremely good, especially for a fighting game. In fighting games, the developers are focused on gameplay over graphics, which is obvious. But I think in some games, the graphics take control of the developers, and in this one I honestly don't think it did, and they still turned out great because the gameplay is solid. Also, it's very good. There are not many flaws at all in this game. The one flaw that I've noticed is that the stamina bars can be a bit confusing if you use the stamina bars. To do that, when you get the game, just go to options, go to stamina bars, and turn them on. What those do is show you how tired each guy is and how much energy he has, similar to the ones in Fight Night, if you play Fight Night. And the stamina bars can be very, 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 very confusing, because you can have very low stamina and still still submit somebody that has very high stamina. I've had many, many examples of this in my own personal play. So yeah, that's pretty much the gameplay. And now for, I honestly cannot find, other than that, any flaws, to be honest. Except for one. I just thought of it. Is when you're online, compared to Fight Night, in Fight Night, if you quit, you get a loss, and depending on the point in the match, the other person gets the win. But no matter what, you get a loss. Great idea, EA Sports. Fantastic. That is where EA Sports killed this game. Was in that right there. That is the epitome of success in online gaming, in my opinion. Regulating people cheating the system in order to achieve rankings. I think that's the epitome. I truly think it is. Because think about it. You can be the best player in the world, the best, and if somebody comes in and plays you, and they quit 9 times out of 10 when they play you, and they don't get a loss and you don't get a win, and then one time they go in and get a lucky flash KO, and you're a great player, so you don't quit because you're not a little, wuss that quits when they freaking lose, then how does it look? It looks like they beat you fair and square. That is how it appears to the naked eye. However, in Fight Night, when you quit, you get a loss. Absolutely great. Absolutely. And I think, to be honest, that brings down the game's rating. I truly think it does. They need to patch that. that is a major, major problem. It truly is. If you're going to be quitting every game you lose to where you have a 50-0 record, then, say you have a 200-0 record and you're number one in the world, unbelievably bull. They need to patch that. That is extremely bad on THQ's part. Extremely bad. They need to patch that. They need to patch that. That is the one flaw that brings the whole game down. Because in this day and age, multiplayer is the cream of the crop in video games now. There's no denying that. If a game does not have multiplayer, it will not be as successful as games that have it. We've seen that with Fallout 3. We've seen that with Metal Gear Solid, which online sucked. We've seen that with Uncharted 2. And we see it because those games were both originally multiplayer. Both originally single player. And they had to put a multiplayer in. No matter how bad it sucked gameplay-wise, they had to put it in. They had to. Fallout didn't put it in. And the only reason they were successful is because they have a shitload of DLC now. They have a shitload. Which is the main reason why they were so successful in that game. Aside from the fact that it was a great game, with no online, they found a way to do it without online. Kudos to Bethesda. Kudos to Fallout 3. They figured out how to do it. So, and, this game, if the multiplayer is going to be flawed like this, absolutely flawed, it's going to bring the whole game down. No question about it. No question at all. It's complete bull. They need to find a way to patch it. They have to. It's ridiculous. And it is totally unexcusable. There's no excuse for having this problem. None at all. And it brings the whole game down. So yeah. The final rating on this game would have to be 8 out of 10. The reason being, compared to Fight Night, you can do a million different things in UFC compared to only being able to punch. But the online flaw brings the whole game down. Because you can't have a fighting game, a good fighting game in this day and age, without multiplayer. You can't do it. You really can't have any game in this day and age be an extreme success without multiplayer. With the exception of Fallout 3, because they use DLC, which is online also. Whatever. They found a way to do it. You can't do that with a fighting game. You can't do it. You cannot do it. Other than that, the online is great. But hell, if I can't score wins because the other guy quits every time, then it's bull. It's complete bull. It's an easy way to cheat the system. It's what a lot of people do. And they need to fix it. It brings the whole game down. It is even with Fight Night. It's even with Fight Night. Even though I think that UFC is personally a 10 times better game. Single player. That one flaw brings the whole game down. Thank you guys for watching.